Hi there. One of the common questions we'll get on the phone when talking with a grower is, my switch is on, but the pump's not pumping. So there's only a few things that could be wrong. So what we want to do is start with the easiest and then work our way to the more complicated. It sounds silly, but the easiest one is make sure that both clips are on the battery. Red on red, black on black. I know that sounds silly, but with augers vibrating or equipment and implements running, sometimes these can clip off. The next easiest thing to do, and which is very common when growers are setting up, especially when they're just getting started and they haven't been treating, is if this valve here is in the off position and the three-way valve is in the horizontal position, what's happening here, you can see the arrows. This pump is pumping product into here, it's getting to here, and it's deadheading. So it pressures up, and there's an internal shutoff, just a little tiny switch inside here. And that switch will shut the pump off. So it'll be in the on position, but for safety, it shuts it off. To rule out if that's what's happened, simply take this three-way ball valve and put it in the vertical position. Now you're bypassing all the product. This is taken out of the equation. So you know if the pump should turn on very quickly. If the pump turns on, you know that that was the issue. Put this back in this on position and adjust your pressure to get to the desired rate and begin treating again. Now, if you have this in this position and the pump still isn't turning on, switches are switches. It could be something as simple as this. So before you panic, disconnect the battery. You're simply going to grab any side cutter that you have and cut here. Now you're wondering, well, what if it isn't the switch? Well, this is probably one of the cheapest parts you can buy. You can find switches in almost any hardware store anywhere in Western Canada. So if you're going to have to try to replace something on here, this is pretty easy to go find. But you don't even have to do that. Let's say you're in a hurry, you want to get treating. Simply strip the wires, twist them together, and now you're hardwired. When you go, you've bypassed the switch altogether. When you go back to clip these on the battery, it's going to start pumping if this was the problem. So make sure that this is in the off position. That way you won't be pumping when you get back. Now, in the very, very rare case that this fails, there is an internal switch inside of here. So what you can do, you can quickly take this off. Now, if you have the expertise to know how to test the switch, feel free. But it's just this little tiny switch in here. So you'll want to remove this white piece, just set it here. The spring. There's little pieces in here. So if you're getting this far into the pump, make sure you're capable of this. And then right here, again, make sure you're disconnected from the battery, is a simple switch. Literally just like on your fridge. As that depresses, the pump shuts off. As it releases, the pump runs. You simply unplug the small clips. Your seed growth specialist will likely have these switches, or you can order them directly from Pattison's if it's after the fact, if it's when your warranty is up. You can see where the switch sits in that spot. Red goes on the bottom. Black goes on the top. Slide that back in. This goes in this position. Then your spring. All this is going into that round part in front of the switch. This is your white piece. There's two pieces. This part, if you're wondering what it does, is it actually, as the pump pressure's up, it depresses the switch. And then the white cap. Now, at this stage, if you want to, you can test the pump. You can go back and put the clips on, and this pump should spin. If it's not spinning at that point, then the rare thing has happened that something is wrong with your pump. If that's the case, you can call Patterson's. They generally stock the pump and they can ship you a whole new one. Like I said, if it's within a year, don't get to this phase. If it's within a year, contact your Bayer rep. You're going to need that switch in there in order to keep treating anyway. So, like I said, these are the whole kit and caboodle of what could be wrong. But generally, and 9 times out of 10, it's simply putting that blue ball valve or that 3-way ball valve in the vertical position, and the pump will turn back on. So today we've gone through a number of troubleshooting, and part of that you may need some parts or some replacement parts. So if it's something as simple as you break a pump, this top cap on the pump, or you need a diaphragm replacement, or even something as simple as the switch, feel free to contact Patterson's. Expect the best. It's why we chose them to build and assemble our UCAN2s. They do top quality work, they're local, and they're based in Lemberg, Saskatchewan. Their busy season is May. When your busy season is, they're available to answer the phone and ship you any parts that you need. So thank you. Hopefully we've solved all your problems today, and if you have any other questions, feel free to contact your local Bayer rep or your seed growth specialist.